But I wonder what makes people think that. Because do they think like, oh, if you're really dark, then you have a lot more issues or problems than someone with lighter skin?
I don't know, cause being a dark girly, I went through bullying.
Really?
And yeah, like people calling me burnt brownie all the time and a whole bunch of other stuff. And it's like, okay, so I succeeded past that.
Hello there. Welcome to So Sweet Sundays. I'm Sweets, and I have an amazing guest with me today, and she is.
I'm Ladybug. Nice to meet y'all.
Yes, that's my baby. And we are going to talk about today brown skin. You know I love your brown skin. I can tell where yours begin. I can tell where mine ends. Yes, we're going to talk about brown skin. Because so many times as being our complexion, people say, oh, you're so beautiful to be so dark. Oh my God. And it's weird. So don't do that, people, because it's weird.
Very.
How do you feel when people say that to you?
I get awkward, honestly. It's like, I don't really say much and I'll just like smile and nod. Smile and nod.
Nod?
Yeah.
Why do you even nod?
Because it's just like, that's the easiest thing I feel like I can do. Honestly, too much, I would say.
Yeah, it's too much? Like
too much, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, so just toning myself.
Yeah, like kind of trying to keep yourself in. Because I always felt like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
Do you feel like that sometimes? What does that mean?
And it's like, I know I'm pretty.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're pretty for dark skin.
Yeah.
And it's like, what do you mean by that?
Exactly.
Like they're adding something onto it, like a negative to a positive meaning.
Yeah.
And I don't like that very much.
To Black women, Black girls everywhere, like that you had to have like a color chart to be pretty. And like we kind of exceeded that expectation of that color chart. Yeah. So that now, oh, we get to be considered pretty too, even though we're dark.
Yeah. And it's just like, I feel excluded a little bit because it's like the but or the for part again. It's like, why'd you even have to add that in there?
Right.
Like it wasn't necessary.
Right. Like how old were you when you felt like you heard that first remark?
I think I was like 12. And we were at a family reunion and they said, yeah, most dark-skinned girls are funny looking, but y'all pretty.
Do you feel like they thought they were complimenting you?
I feel like they did because it was family members again. But at the same time, it's just like a boundary and it was kind of crossed, but it wasn't really crossed in a way. But it still made me feel weird.
So, and what was their complexion?
They were light-skinned.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that is so crazy. And so was it with a smile on their face or was it them puzzled? Were they looking puzzled?
No, they had a smile on their face. I was like, okay. Wow. Smile and nod.
And so, like, did you go to any other family member? Like, what does that mean? Like,
I asked my dad. He said, just take the compliment and go. And then I was like, okay.
Oh, wow.
At that.
Okay. That's like so weird. So like, had you ever heard it in school?
I haven't heard it in school, but in school, because I went to like a predominantly white school, I feel like. And whenever I would go with my braids done, they'll be like, oh, is that all your real hair? And it's like, stop playing with me, bro.
But it's like they really don't know though.
At all.
They really don't know at all. So like with people like your classmates, would they be like, oh, you're pretty? Or, oh, I thought you would look like this. Or
I thought you would be mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why would you be mean?
I mean, because I sit there and people say I have a resting face. So it's like, okay, I could see that. But I don't think so.
Or do you think sometimes people think if we're dark that we're automatically mean?
I think that truly.
Yeah.
Yeah. They think we're mainly aggressors. So it's like, okay.
But I wonder what makes people think that. Because do they think like, oh, if you're really dark, then you have a lot more issues or problems than someone with lighter skin?
I don't know, cause being a dark girly, I've went through bullying.
Really?
And yeah, like people calling me burnt brownie all the time and a whole bunch of other stuff. And it's like, okay, so I succeeded past that bullying. I'm nice to everybody I come in contact with, or I at least try to give off a friendly personality type vibe. But you come across those 1 in 50 people.
So how did that make you feel being bullied?
It
And
made
what
me
age
really
were you?
sad. I was
Yeah.
in like 3rd grade.
Okay.
And that was when I got the first dark brownie jokes. And then I was one of those kids that would get mad. Like, I had to go to anger management.
Yeah.
But it was like, okay, learn to move past it. Learn to take your deep breaths. Learn to go beyond and don't think about what anybody's talking to you about.
Yeah.
And it's like, they're really just saying all that stuff out of a place of hate because they probably just don't like what they see on the outside.
Okay. So at that age, in 3rd grade, you were able to process all of that? Oh, wow. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
And so you would just kind of like water on the duck's back, let it bead and roll off?
Yeah, I would try to. But occasionally it would get to me. I'm not gonna hold you.
So what would make it get to you? Was it a whole bunch of group of people, or?
It could either be because there was 2 situations. One situation, it was just one person constantly antagonizing me. Even if I separated myself from the situation, it would still like intensify.
Yeah.
And then another situation was a group of girls. But it's like, okay.
What made them start to bully you, to try to bully you?
Their boyfriends liked me.
Oh, okay. So it was a jealousy type thing. So did you take any of that to heart, or did you were like, you just mad? You mad?
You mad?
When did you realize that you were beautiful? Have you always known that?
I've always known it, but then I started really like coming out of my shell more around sophomore, junior year.
Okay.
And then that's when I started getting into makeup and into lashes, and it was like just really intensifying everything. And I just like it here.
So I like it here. So what actually got you into makeup?
I want to say my godmom, because she would just pick me up for church, and then she would do my makeup before church, and then we would go and we'd be all pretty, and then she would just let me experiment and play in it and stuff. And then now I got this big old vanity in my room, and it's just a whole bunch going on.
So did you think that dark-skinned people could wear makeup?
I did, but I didn't. I feel like, and still do feel like, a lot of the makeup that they have for dark-skinned people don't really match.
Like foundations?
Foundations, concealers, like really anything that's for our dark skin tones, it don't really match. Like the foundation that I use now comes off orangey.
But then you know how to blend though, right?
Yeah.
Mix and match a little things. Like I feel like even with other skin tones, it's still the same way too, that you have to mix and match to kind of get your perfect thing. Because I mean, who can really copy God's work?
Yeah.
Nobody, not me. You know what I'm saying? So I could see why they kind of always miss the mark because of that. For me, it was, it started in the home for me when my siblings would be like, oh, you're hecka black, you're hecka burnt, like you were adopted. Mom found you in the trash can. Like, yeah. Maybe it's like a memoir book or something. This is how you tease dark-skinned people. Like really, like always being aggressive with it. Like that would be the main thing they would try to go to. They would never be able to say I was ugly. It was always, oh, you're hecka black. Like, oh, you like, so black that we can't see you. Like we turn off the lights and
you darker than under the bed. Yeah, all of those. I heard it all.
Like it's just so crazy, like the things that the mind goes through. But it's like even with the boys, you know, as they're all dark, I would always tell them like, okay, yeah, so you black, and what? Now what?
Literally.
When you take that power from somebody to be like, okay, and what? Now what do you have? It's like, That's why you're black. Okay.
I know that.
Yeah, yeah.
I know that.
Yeah. So it's like doesn't hurt at all.
No, really.
Do you feel like it's a new thing, a new vibe, a new trend for people to be into dark skin like us?
Yes, I honestly do. Because when I was in high school, it was all the light-skinned girls. Oh, I want a light skin. Oh, I want a bonita. And it's like, okay. And then I'm just chilling. But now it's like, and especially in the dating world, because high school, I thought I wasn't gonna have nobody. I was just chilling by myself, but I would talk to people occasionally, but not really.
Yeah.
And it's like now I open my phone and I got like 30 messages, and I'm just like, okay, should I respond to this one?
So how is it in the dating world now, being young and dark?
It's fun.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why you say that?
Because half the time they just want to spend money on me and take me out.
Oh, Lord Jesus. And so are you taking that as for your advantage?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm not doing nothing else. I'm at home and it's like, I don't see no ring on my finger and I'm happy.
Okay. So is it that like, okay, you just kind of want to date around to see or what?
I want to date around until I feel like I found somewhere I want to be grounded. Okay.
So do you have a significant person that is like your main person right now?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And is he dark or light?
He light.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
So do you find more light-skinned guys are more attracted to you than dark-skinned, or is it equally the same?
I feel like it's more light skins than dark skins.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And what about, not trying to be funny, but like white boys?
Oh, I get a lot of those too.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that?
I can't have no white boys.
Why?
That's what my daddy said.
Oh.
Just like that.
Are you attracted to anything other than your race?
I like Mexicans.
Do you?
Yeah.
Why?
Just the culture.
What's their culture?
I like dancing. I like the food.
Mm-hmm.
I like just the language itself. Like being in a Hispanic household,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's always something to do. It reminds me of being at home.
Okay.
So it's like easy to relate to, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Do you speak Spanish?
No.
So do you ever understand when they're talking to you?
I can understand it.
Okay.
But it's like, as far as it coming out of my mouth,
mm-hmm. No.
If you ask me to write something, I could most likely figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know about all that.
So would Dad be okay with a Mexican?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he would?
Mm-hmm.
Just no white?
Mm-mm.
Not a white?
No. He said, and I quote, "No pink boys allowed."
Oh, Lord.
Just like that.
So, like, when they approach you, then what is it that you say? How is that?
Smile and nod.
Is that your go-to? Smile and nod?
Smile and nod and walk away. Don't say nothing.
So if they're like, "Can I have your number?" You smile, mm-hmm. nod. So that means
and
if
walk
you're not.
Away. Don't say it.
And so this light-skinned boy, what was about him that you liked? Because he's light. So do you find it okay to talk to somebody, or so somebody light-skinned you'll talk to, but will you talk to a dark-skinned person too? That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, I've talked to plenty of dark skin.
Okay. Yeah. Is there a difference in the swag of the light to the dark?
It's a difference in the swag.
Is it?
It is.
Why?
I feel like the dark skinned guys are more like the dark skinned guys are more like, what can I do for you? How can I better you? You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And then the light skinned guys, they just be sitting back.
Sitting back doing what?
Nothing. And that's why it's like, but I like this one because this one he gets off his butt and he's not lazy. Okay. So it's like, okay.
Do you feel that there's a difference in between light-skinned and dark-skinned females?
Yes.
Do you think so? What?
I feel like, because mainly the light-skinned girls that I've come across, they act like just a little bit more Caucasian, I guess.
Really?
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
I feel they're trying to balance it out, I feel like.
Really?
Yeah, most of the time when I come across a light-skinned girl, she's usually in a friend group with only white girls, and you don't even see no dark skins. Or if it's like a group of dark skinned girls, you'll have like one light skinned girl, and she's trying to act hood, and it's like, why do you feel like you have to act like that?
But what if she is from the hood?
And she is from the hood.
So then how would you know if she's acting or not acting if she's actually from the hood?
Just gotta ask them.
Okay. But why you even need to ask that? Like, why that couldn't just be how that person is? Do it seem fake? Do it feel fake?
A little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, like putting on too much, too thick, too what?
I feel like too much and too thick. It's like, because you have yourself and the person that, you feel me, that you were born as and that you grew into, and then you have your self-made person.
Okay. So do you feel like a lot of people have a self-made person? And so describe that for me. Like, what does that really mean?
I feel like a self-made person, so-called, be your persona, the type of look that you want to have on the outside. So like if I go here, then I'm gonna act a certain type of way over here. If I go over here, I'm gonna act different than how I would act over here. Especially like with the friend groups and stuff. Like if you're group hopping, you're gonna code switch.
So is that meaning that you're not sure who you are, possibly?
I'm not 100% sure who I am, but I'm getting there.
No, I mean for a person who is code switching. Is that meaning like that they don't know who they are? Because if you're this person over here and then that person over there, is that meaning you don't even know who you are? Like,
really?
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that would be code switching. Yeah, because it's like you're just trying to fit in, and you're just changing bits and pieces of yourself to fit into these other groups that you're probably not even going to talk to in a couple of years.
Is that like mainly in high school, or is that even after high school?
Mixture of both, I feel like.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because even if you get out of high school, you're still going to have those friends that you had in high school. You're still probably going to talk to them, or you're probably going to come across each other later in life. And you feel me? So
how do people navigate in this day and age with just environments and people that they roll with? Like, is anybody really authentically them, or do you have to put on because you're with whoever you're with?
I feel like most people put on, but I feel like everybody has that one or a couple of people in their life that they don't have to put on a facade for. Like, you can go around your boyfriend or go around your mom and dad and be who you actually are, versus being in this person's face and having to change the way you talk or change the way you dress just to fit in with them.
And so is it very important to fit in? No?
No.
So how often do you do that to accommodate others?
Accommodate others?
Like with actually, now you're this way, or you're that way, or you're talking this way, or you're dressing that way.
Oh, I try not to.
No?
Yeah.
Is it because you don't care, or do you have an idea of who you're going to be and who you want to be?
Mixture of both.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a vision for myself in my head of where I want to be in the next 5-6 years. I'm doing everything I can to move towards that person. And just, you have those people that are just, yeah. So
how do you not get involved with the idea of mean girls in today's age?
Try not to think about it, because I feel like honestly Mean Girls will just last for high school.
Really?
Yeah. So
you don't feel like that it evolved outside of high school?
It's the way you think about it, because you're not gonna let somebody in your space unless you want them in your space. The mean girls in high school, they're always gonna be in your space. You can grow up, graduate, move on. You don't have to see nobody else again. You don't have to talk to none of those same people again. You could go about your business, but it's just the fact of what you want to do.
So what about coworkers and people that you hang out? Because sometimes people act like they like you, but they don't like you. You know what I'm saying?
And it's like with coworkers. Coworkers, you don't have to talk to them if you don't like them. There's been a like when I say the best thing you could do is just ignore them.
Mm-hmm.
Just ignore them. Act like they never existed, because the second you act like they never existed, they really don't exist.
Mm-hmm.
That's just you putting an obstacle in your head.
Uh-huh.
And the second that you remove that obstacle, it's clear.
Yeah. So you just like, they don't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with that for real, because it's like, why even worry myself about things that I don't really care about? You know what I'm saying? It's not like you trying to be nasty, but it's like, you're really not part of my life and I'm not part of your life.
Yeah.
So why even care or put energy into it? So that's a good aspect to think about it. So you say in the next 6 years, you have an idea of what you want to become. Can you talk about that?
Well, I don't have my license yet, so we're going to get that license.
Right.
I have a test like next month.
Okay.
And then hopefully we could go to cosmetology or esthetician school.
Okay.
I would prefer either one of those. I did just get hired at Kohl's, so I'm working in the Sephora position.
Yes. Congrats.
And yeah, hopefully the next couple of years I will be a makeup artist or professional barber. One or the
so
other.
It's not women's hair, it's more
It was women's hair. But the thing with women's hair is women's hair be thick. And my hands cramp up when I'm braiding.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, I think I could cut hair better than I could braid hair.
Okay. Are you starting to move in that profession now, or are you cutting any heads?
I'm not cutting nothing but these dudes off. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. But
so what makes you think you're gonna like it then?
The blending.
Okay.
I feel like just the blending of it, like switching the guards, I feel like it'll be fun and easy to do. Because I already paint a lot. I took all advanced art classes. But it's like, I feel like that would be easy.
Okay.
It's something fun to do.
Okay. So how you gonna mix those two together though? Because with women, you could do their hair and make their face up. Yeah. You better not be making up no man faces.
I mean, if he wants his face made up.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
I think we're just going to have to be switching the days. Yeah, like a couple of days, Monday through Thursday, I'm braiding or I'm doing makeup. And then the other days I could cut hair. So
are you thinking about ever owning your own shop?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was already looking into that. I forgot the names of it, but they're the suites that you can rent, and they have like the sink, the chair, and everything. It's just a space for you. And I was like, I might have to do that.
Okay, that's good. So with the makeup, are you doing it for like everyday woman wear, or are you doing like, bar mitzvahs, anniversaries, all of it?
Yeah, I feel like the wider your perspective. Yeah, it'd be cool.